episode of Real Conversation. I'm your host, Nicole Jones,
And I'm Quana Terry.
and we would like to thank you guys for joining us tonight and, on all the previous lives that we've had. We have a great show for you guys tonight. But first of all, let me ask you, Quana, how you doing, girl? How was
Nicole,
your day?
day was good. Lots of rain in some places, but for the most part, it was good. I'm happy that the heat is here. I was just complaining about not having, having to wear my mock neck a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, we're in June. I don't want to do this. Ciao, bye. Now it is like dumb hot and I'm complaining. So, I'm just trying not to complain, I should say, because of the heat, and because I asked for it. So, but other than that, everything's good. How about you, Nicole?
I'm good. I think we all asked for the heat, but now that it's here, we want it to cool down just a little bit. We don't want it to go anywhere. We just don't want it to be as hot.
Right, that part, that part. So yeah, but hopefully it does cool down just a bit, and we can go from there. But so thank you all, like Nicole said, thank you so much for coming and jumping in onto Real Conversation. And we have a wonderful show lined up. One thing I want to talk about. Where are the Texas floods? Because that's huge in the media right now, Nicole. And a lot of things are happening. There's developing news every single day, and it seems like the death toll is just increasing as days go by, which I was hoping that it wouldn't. I was hoping that they would find the people that are missing, but for right now it says that there are about 120 people dead, and then there's 173 people who are still missing, and
Yeah.
and I am just in awe. Um, Mainly one at the recovery efforts. I'm in awe because they're doing the best that they can do, and I know that they're working around the clock in order to be able to try to find the missing people that are there. But also, Nicole, what I am concerned about is what happened before the flood.
Mm-hmm.
The response time, the warnings that went out. From what I understood or what I understand, they weren't as swift as they needed to be.
Yeah.
You know, so would they have prevented this had the alarms or warnings went off? Had the radar been working efficiently in order for the people to get out? The camp is one of the places that really lost a lot of people, and it was like an all girls camp, right? Camp Mystic.
Yeah. I
Nicole.
believe they lost everyone, right? Everyone at the camp is gone.
No, 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 no. They didn't lose everyone, but they lost a lot of people. I believe from the camp. I mean, with this death toll, I'm just gonna look that up really quickly. Um, they said at least 120 deaths across 6 counties, and then including those of 60 adults and 36 children
Okay.
In Kerr County. I'm unsure if they have the because that's not quite 120 people, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they just haven't confirmed whether they're adults or children yet. But my
Right.
God, like 36 kids at a sleepaway camp, that is a parent's worst nightmare, that they send their child to have fun in the summer, and then they lose their life in the process. It really is. I don't know, Nicole. What do you think?
Uh, you took the words right out my mouth in regards to sending your child to camp and they losing their lives. I don't know what I would do, but that's something that's one of my worst fears. That's why I didn't send my kid to a sleepaway camp. My kids to a sleepaway camp. When I had the chance, I let them go to a local one because anything that takes place, like just think about what those parents are thinking about. How they're distraught about their kids no longer being here. what they could have done different, you know, if they didn't send their kid to that camp.
Yeah.
This is really sad to hear that this happened, and I do think that it could have been prevented, because I believe the alarm went off around like the warning went off around like 4 something in the morning, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that's, who's gonna hear an alarm at 4 something in the morning? I
Yeah.
think that in that area, from my understanding, that's like a flood area. Like it floods
Mm-hmm.
really bad there. So
Mm-hmm.
I think, you know how like places that have like really bad tornadoes, they get those chimes so you know something is coming.
Yes. 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 Yes.
They should
Mm-hmm.
have that there, because who's gonna hear an alarm? Who's gonna hear an alert about a flood coming if they're sleeping?
Yes. Absolutely. The What I do see, and this was something that was interesting to me, and I'm looking it up right now. Right. What's interesting to me is, I believe. Hold on. Let me just look at this. Let me get my stuff. The camp. An inspector visited the camp 2 days before the flash floods swept away at least 27 campers and staff members at Camp Mystic. So it was about 27 campers and staff members at Camp Mystic. A state inspector was there to approve camp operations and noted that there was a written plan for responding to natural disasters.
Oh wow.
2 days prior to the flash floods happening. And it's crazy. So I don't know. You know, rescue efforts are still underway. I'm hoping that they find the 173 people. I don't know if that is a definitive number, but I know it's at least 173 people that remain missing. But you know, in floodwaters, and it's been since what, July 4th.
Yeah.
I don't know if these people will be found alive. And if by some miracle, by the grace of God, they are found alive, that, you know, we all will be rejoicing. But for now, for me, you know, I don't even want to I don't even want to put it out there, you know, as to what the outcome may be. It really sucks though. But check out your boy, Donald Trump. So, you know, FEMA is going to be out there, and they are out there, you know, helping with the management of the flood efforts, you know, making sure that people have something to eat, making sure that people have what they need, because homes and stuff were lost as well. But
Yeah.
remember, President Donald Trump said that he was getting rid of FEMA. So I don't know if he's going to follow through with that plan, because it's apparent that they're needed. And you know, but we'll see. But I remember him saying he was going to get rid of FEMA, and now they're calling on FEMA to go out there for rescue efforts. So I guess,
I mean, how can he possibly get rid of FEMA?
okay, it's the same way he gets rid of everything that he feels doesn't, you know, is not needed. You know, a lot of people are losing benefits left and right: Medicare benefits, SNAP benefits, you know, other things, Social Security, Medicare. You know, a lot of things are being cut. So, listen, the crazy part is that is a federal emergency management agency, sir. All of these weather weather anomalies we've been having that are really unheard of. I mean, I'm not saying that this particular flood was unheard of, because they did have some time back in the 80s where they had a flood and people died, and there was like a surge at that same river. So I'm not going to say it's an anomaly there, but there are other places where weather is coming up that people haven't seen there or in a very long time. So we'll see what happens with this. But our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone in Texas who was affected by the floods, and hopefully the other survivors, you know, are found well. You know, the death toll doesn't continue to rise. So I guess there'll be more to come on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, just to piggyback off of what we was just speaking about, I did see a post where it showed that the currents that in the water, it wasn't, you know, how the currents that control the weather and all that other stuff. We are now having this currents under the water, so that is creating. That's the reason why we're having the weather we're having now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's really crazy, and there's like I seen the post. It was like in so many different places, places that would normally not flood, that are all flooding.
Yeah.
And I think that they need to get better prepared for when stuff like this happens, because no one should be dying. I seen footage
Mm-hmm.
from. I didn't know anything about anything, you know, in regards to the situation. I seen a
Yeah.
young lady's post. She lives out there. She was talking about how she always shows, you know, deers in her backyard, and she showed a before picture and an after picture. And she
Mm.
lived on the second floor. The water was almost to her apartment, and
Right. Because go ahead.
she said two rivers basically overflowed. It was basic from the rain. I believe. Don't quote me on this, but I believe you said it was like 90 minutes or something like that when we spoke about it.
Right. They said that the floodwaters rose at least 27 feet in 90 minutes. And this started sometime, I guess, overnight Thursday, at night. And then, Thursday night it started to rain. And then the floodwaters started to rise sometime early Friday morning. So from that time, they really didn't, 90 minutes is not a long time for them to actually try to get people out to get people out of there. 23 feet in 90 minutes. That's you go to sleep for an hour and a half and you wake up and you have floodwaters in your home,
Yeah.
right? So the warning system was a little slow, and I did read, I believe, on CNN .com that they the radar didn't even detect the floodwaters rising that high from 4:45 a.m. to 7:45 a.m. So they didn't even have a clue about what was happening on that side in the camp. And it really sucks that all of those people had to lose their lives because of a faulty warning system. But, I'm pretty sure that once everything is done, all the efforts, the rescue efforts cease, there's going to be a full investigation into it. And I'm waiting to see what's going to happen after that. Yeah. But so hopefully Trump doesn't get rid of FEMA like he stated, because he said it's not needed. Obviously, it's needed. So we'll see what happens. Oh God! So once again, our thoughts and prayers go out to those people who were affected at Camp Mystic or in Kerr County, Texas. Our thoughts and prayers go out to those people because they're going to need them. So stay prayed up for them, and hopefully they have a better outcome,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So yeah. What's the next one to come?
So, well, before we get to that, this is like hot breaking news right now. Okay.
Okay, I like breaking
So,
news. Mm.
so apparently, Faith Evans is being sued by Viola Wallace estate for allegedly hoarding proceeds from 100 million sales of the Notorious B.I.G. catalog.
100 million for okay.
But
I
why
don't.
did they wait for Viola to pass on to do it?
I think it's probably because when you're going through the estate, you're going through things like that. There's a lot of sifting through documents and records. So I think that this probably something that was found later on, as because when you have an estate, they have to figure out everything that you have, and if there are any inconsistencies, then they're going to have to question them. And I'm hoping that Faith didn't steal that money,
I
but
mean,
or hoard that money, as they say. But I mean, she don't even like she got that much money. $100 million. I don't think she got
but
that.
that she was Biggie's wife, and she has his son. So they were still married when he passed.
Okay. I mean, I guess we'd have to wait to see what the particulars are in regards to that, because if this money, these are royalties that were received after his death and after they were divorced, she don't get it. She don't
They
get
were
that.
never divorced.
They never got divorced. Then I don't know then. Okay.
Right.
All right. Okay.
She was wife when he passed. They were separated,
Whoa.
but that was his wife.
Wait. Oh wow. That's
Yeah.
insane. Okay. I can't wait. And that's breaking news. I need to look into that a little bit more. I need to know what's going on, because that
Yeah.
is, yeah.
I happened to see that right before we went live, guys. I had to say something because I,
Yeah.
I just thought that was very interesting because I understand, I don't think that she was estranged from Biggie's mom because of her son, but I'm like, okay, so she just passed away. Now I understand you guys are going through everything, but why are you guys attacking Biggie's wife?
Yeah.
'Cause you can't- that's his widow,
Yeah.
and she had a kid by him. So
I mean, legally, definitely, that was his widow. They
yeah,
were not together.
no,
But being that they've never got a divorce, she does have rights. She would potentially have rights to everything,
yeah,
depending upon if there was a will.
and when
Um,
when Miss Wallace was involved, she honored that because that's Biggie's mom.
uh-huh.
She didn't have to, but she did.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think anybody else gets that same privilege.
Yeah. I don't think so either. I think that, she's going, it's going to be a big fight. I don't know what the particulars are, and I'm pretty sure more things will come out as time goes by. So I guess we'll see. We'll see what's going on with that. But that's a little concerning if there's money that she was holding that could have gone to his other children.
He has one other child,
Okay.
his daughter, his oldest child.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, you're right about that.
Good.
You're right about that.
She could, if that child could have benefited from that and she did not assist in any way, I think that's kind of messed up. If she was hoarding that much money, $100
I
million
mean,
is a lot for them to say that she was holding on to.
mhm.
And it could have potentially, not could have potentially, it would have assisted with the daughter. Even though the daughter, she's a lot older,
She's a grown. Yeah, she's a
still,
grown. Yeah.
that's still her
Yeah.
dad. And had he been here, she would have benefited off of him if he would have kept doing music. So I'm thinking
Yeah.
about it in that light, right? If she was still here, if he was still here, he would have still been doing music, and he would have benefited, and she would have benefited off of him. And
Maybe.
in this case,
Yeah.
yeah, if she needed something from her dad, I'm sure he would have given it to her.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
So,
whatever the situation was, because I don't know. I we're not
yeah.
going into
Okay.
that.
All right.
That's for another show.
I guess there's more to come on that, and we'll see what happens. So, yeah. But another topic we have, that we that Nicole actually came across. Nicole, I'll let you introduce it because I'm a little annoyed. So I'm just going to let you do this.
So the crazy thing is, I came across this post. A young lady. Listen, the way she did it was phenomenal. I'm very proud of her. But she just wanted, she was just talking about her story and
Okay.
saying how she was cheated by her. Her man cheated on her with 26 or more women. And the crazy thing is, she's 8 months pregnant. She's actually about to give birth to her child in like 2 weeks
My
because
God.
they're inducing her.
Yeah.
And she didn't bash him. She didn't. She just was, trying to tell women to basically, you got to love yourself enough. Love yourself more, love yourself enough to be able to pull yourself away from a situation. No
Mm.
matter what, no matter what that situation is, you got to love
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
And she said that her and her child was going to be okay. She never said anything bad about him outside of him cheating. And then she did post. She did post um, what these women were texting her, and they was also doing video, like audio messages towards her. But what I can say about these women is they did not know about her. They found out about her afterwards, and they were all apologizing because they
I
did not
mean,
know.
do they know about each other? Because 25 plus women is a little excessive, you know?
So he's basically going out with his friend, and he's meeting these women,
Okay.
and he's acting like he is single. There was one woman, they basically said that um, so she's about to have a little boy. So he told her that he already had one son.
Well, you know,
Baby not here yet, but he already has one child.
it's a lie. You know, you do what you got to do to get what you got to get, what you need
But
to
here's
get.
the tea. This is the bad part.
Uh huh.
Outside of this is already bad.
Mm-hmm.
He's sleeping with these women with no condoms.
Ooh.
He's raw dogging these
Okay.
women, and he's going home and sleeping with his woman.
Okay. All right. That's a problem.
That's a huge problem.
That's a problem. If you're gonna cheat, okay. I'm not saying that's okay, but if
Just
you're
be
going to cheat,
responsible.
at least respect me enough to wrap it up. You know, respect me enough to protect me because and protect your unborn child because you could potentially bring back so many different diseases to me that could affect the child, the unborn child that we have. It's
Yeah.
just I don't know if it's just him not thinking or what, but the whole 25 plus women is insane. But also 25 plus women and you are doing it with no condom? No. And I don't know if she's still with him, but
She is not.
okay. Whew! Thank you, Lord.
That's basically what the post is about.
Thank
Loving
you.
yourself and being able to walk away. And
Yes.
said that
Yes.
her and her child is going to be just fine.
I love that. Okay. I love that.
So now the tea about this one here.
Okay.
This gentleman decided to text her, and he said, "Yo, I know you are hurt, but trying to air me out on Instagram is so immature."
So immature. Hmm. Okay, so this is the problem that I have. It's like, listen, if you want to be bold enough to do the act, you need to be bold enough to take the consequences and repercussions after the fact. You know, whether it's in public, whether it's, whether it's on Instagram or in your hometown, you bold enough to do it, then you better be bold enough to be like, yep, I did it. And this, that, and the third, like that whole putting it back on her is insane. That's insane.
Clearly, he was not ready to settle down, and that's fine. But just say that, okay?
Right.
Going behind this young woman's back and cheating. Not, I mean, one female is bad enough, but 25 and more. And then there was one young lady that basically told her he was really trying. He was very adamant about not wearing a condom, and she was like, "Listen, if you want this, then we're gonna have to use a condom." And they started with a condom. She said, "But I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he took it off."
I want. I wonder what's the reason behind that.
Yeah. The only thing I could think of, we've been around here for a long time. A lot of guys say it's better without. But my thing is, your health should come first.
Yeah.
And you don't know, you're just meeting these women and you're sleeping with them raw dog. One woman he slept in the car, the other one they went to a hotel, the other one you met at the party.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know these women.
Yeah.
What's going on? And then you're going home to sleep with your pregnant girl.
Yeah.
And men don't understand the effects of sleeping with a pregnant woman and bringing them an STD. Let's say she has an STD. She don't know she has an STD. She's having this child. Your child can come out blind.
So many different
Yeah.
things that could happen. Yeah, he wasn't thinking about her. He was thinking about himself.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's not a person, that you would want to be around you anyway. Because if you're not even, I always tell people, like, if a person is not careful with themselves, they're not handling themselves with care. They're not going to handle you with care, right?
Absolutely.
And people who don't have anything, or don't have anything to lose, will help you lose everything, because you're
Yeah.
out here being reckless, super reckless, for no reason. It could this could have had a truly worse ending than it does have. So thankful she didn't have anything. Hopefully, I don't know
No.
if that was out there, if she said she got tested or anything like that.
She
But I'm
didn't say she got tested, but there was a young lady said after their encounter, she went and got tested like a few days later, and she came out negative. Everything
okay.
was negative, so that's great,
Yeah.
But I'm sure these girls got BV or something because all them fluids being transferred to these. That's nasty.
Ugh, yeah. Like, I'm at this point in my life at 44. I'm not sharing with no one.
Nobody.
No one. I'm not doing it, and especially, I mean, unknowingly,
Of course.
unintentionally, I should say. I'm not sharing my partner with anyone, and if my partner wants to do that, then I'll let him go with grace. Bye, see you later. And because there's somebody else that's going to take your place. I'm just not doing that. There's too many things happening, too many diseases out there that can potentially cause you to lose your life. No, no, that's not cool. So kudos to her for choosing self-love. And I know that was a hard decision, but kudos to her for choosing herself, choosing her child, and doing what's best for both of them, regardless of how she felt. Because I'm pretty sure she loved this man. You're having a baby with him.
Yeah.
So it probably was very, very hard for her to move on. But once you think about it, and you think about what you stand to lose if you continue to stay, yeah, you roll out. You roll out. So definitely, kudos to her for that. Ooh, child. 26 women? Nah, no, no. 26 women, Nicole. No,
Listen.
that's insane.
I felt that the way she did it was very graceful.
Yeah,
Very proud of her
yeah,
because I don't know
yeah,
how I would have handled that,
yeah,
but it was just that's just a bit much.
yeah,
But I got
absolutely.
I got another hot topic, okay, guys?
Ooh, what's the hot topic? Y'all love me to go out. Oh,
Uh oh. Thanks for watching, guys.
I'll tell you, when you go live, that's what happens, man. It's crazy when you go live. I'm like, wait a minute, what happened?
That's funny. Okay, guys. So another hot topic. So we have a U.S. sprinter. His name is Chris Robinson. He landed a modeling job after his third leg fell out of his shorts mid race.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
His third leg
Okay.
fell out mid race. They wear short shorts.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
It must have been very charming because he landed a modeling job.
What was he modeling his penis? Like, what?
Girl, listen, they can give him, the boxers, the briefs, whatever.
Mm,
I don't know what the job is, but he landed a modeling job
I ain't
once
mad
his
at him.
his third leg showed its face.
And where's he from?
Okay.
Where's he from?
Oh, come on now, don't put me on blast. I don't know where he's
Oh,
from.
my bad. But what's his name?
My bad, but his name is Chris Robinson.
Chris Robinson. Okay, Chris, let me see you out there.
He a handsome little thing too.
Oh, is
Okay?
he now?
A
Okay.
handsome little thing.
Listen, third leg out, handsome. Sounds like a winner to me. Nah, you
Cha-ching. No.
never know though, child. Even though they be the crazy ones, I ain't even gonna lie. So, wow, okay. All right, well, thank you for that hot
Oh, you're
topic.
welcome.
Definitely was a hot pocket.
Woo!
Okay. Well, that brings us to the next topic, dating with purpose.
Mm.
And we talked about that before, and figuring out what we actually want in a partner, but also making sure that the partner that we choose complements us, right? Um, and we're not just going to talk income. We're not going to do
Mhm.
that. However, you got to meet halfway, because you can't come with nothing and think that you're going to get something, right?
Agreed.
Because if you're not giving anything, you have nothing to contribute. It's a hard thing to be able to navigate in a relationship when a person has 80% and you have 20. That's just not it. So we're going to meet in the middle when it comes to finances. We at least have to do so. We have to meet in the middle. Finances and credit, we meet in the middle. And then we can expound from there. But Nicole, dating with purpose, what does that mean to you?
Dating with purpose, but for me, that is like it's not all about just chemistry. Chemistry is a big thing, right? But it has, like you said, it has to be a equal balance. Everyone, we all have to be on the same page, financially, emotionally. We both have to be invested. You know, it can't be a one sided thing. It has to be. Don't waste no one's time.
Yeah.
You know, because time is precious. You can't get that back. And I feel that letting someone know, you know, where you stand and what it is that you're looking for. And if they choose that, you know, that's something they don't want, okay, that's fine. Walk away. You
Yeah.
know, because let the next person walk in, you know, come on in and, you know, greet you the way, you know, you know, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But,
absolutely.
uh, for me, it's, you know, listening, we jamming into the same music, you know, laughing at the stupidest jokes.
Hmm.
You know, because we said it's not all about financials, even though, you know, that's a big part. But just vibing with a person,
Yeah.
your puzzle piece fitting together, you know.
Yeah.
Round, it's not a round peg trying to fit into a square hole, you know. So it just everything fits like naturally. Um, and you know it's your person when your brain is calm.
Mm. Okay.
That calmness is a phenomenal feeling.
Hmm.
Okay. Being safe
Yeah.
with that person
Yeah.
is huge.
It's
Uh,
important.
huh?
It says important.
Very important. And I don't know, it's like I'm just sitting up here, I'm just thinking about all the things that, you know, I felt when it came to my person and how, because I've been in the wrong relationship and I've been in a good relationship. So
Yeah.
when you sit there and compare the two, you know, and you know where you're not supposed to go, not
Hmm.
supposed to be, you figure that stuff out and you end up with the person that, you know, is for you. And there's someone out there for everyone,
Absolutely.
you know. So for me, that's what it is. How about you, Shaquana?
I don't know. Dating with a purpose. I feel like, it's just not when you come together. It's even when you're looking for a partner, right? It's really looking for them, searching them with a goal in mind, knowing what you want,
The
and
clarity.
going after that. And it's knowing what you want in a relationship, being honest with yourself about what you want, and then making sure that that person aligns with you and your goals.
Hmm.
Because there's nothing like being with someone and then you find out that what you guys want are two different things, and it's a push and pull. It's a tug of war. We're trying to achieve each other's goals. That means there wasn't really a conversation about what you both wanted, whether it be now or in the future, right?
Right.
So dating with a purpose, I think starting with that first, actively seeking someone who aligns with your goals, aligns with your wants and needs and desires, and then expounding upon that. Like first few questions are big icebreakers. Not what's your name, what's your sign. No, we need to get a little bit deeper because, at our age, we don't have, like you said in the previous segment, we don't have the time to waste. Time is so precious. And we don't have that. That's unfortunately one thing that's not on our side. So we need to be out there intentionally putting out our likes, desires, what we want, being proactive and making sure that, listen, who we end up with is the person that aligns with us. And then like I said, we can expound off of there, I'm not going with the flow. Right now, like people like, oh, go with the flow. No. I'm not.
Yeah, no, I'm too old to go with the flow. Been there, done that. Don't want it no more.
Yeah, and and we talked about these. What's things that are, what are your deal breakers in relationships? What's non-negotiable for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like having those types of conversations is important because, listen, if you do something I don't like, and I know that this is something that I'm not going to like, and it's going to be something that just cuts the relationship right there. I want to know if that's something that you do, so I know I could be like, you know what? Let me cut my losses now.
Right.
But it's being honest and being self-aware of who you are and what you like. Some people don't know that
You gotta know your deal breakers.
Yeah, you gotta know them. You gotta know them. So.
Also, don't fall in love with the potential and ignore the patterns.
Oh. I got a few things to say about that, but I'm not. Go ahead.
Man, listen.
We've all done it, We've all done it.
Of course.
I'm definitely guilty of falling in love with what a person could be, or could have been. It takes time from you for sure.
I think we always see the man's potential. Yeah. We always see, especially when it's someone we like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We see exactly where he can go. We see he's this amazing individual, and if he only can see it for himself.
Yeah. But some men, they date with like, okay, while we're saying, okay, I know this person they can make the money, they can be who I need them to be, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. They can be that. But while you're looking at that, they're like, okay, some men date with a purpose in a way that's to say, you know what, I need to have somebody that's going to have my back, financially, physically, spiritually. I need someone to have my back, because just until I get on my feet.
Mm-hmm.
And you become something. Mm-hmm. A placeholder.
Yeah.
Because you know what? It's so crazy that men do this, and I don't know if women do this, but men are really the culprits behind this. They get with someone, that person builds them up, gives them what they ride for them, and as soon as they get a little change, they are gone with the person that they said was superficial and surface level. But they want.
And it's so crazy because when that happens, let's do a 50-50 chance.
Okay.
50 of them work, and the other half, fail. Because that person, the superficial person that they chose over that person. Yeah. Who helped build them up, left them for the next big thing. It happens all the time.
And then they want to come back over there to you. They want to come back over there like,
baby,
oh, hey,
baby, please.
Come on, hey, big head, get out of here. you know, and sometimes, we do, we take it, but
Yeah.
now it's like
Like you
I'm
love them, you miss them, you
yeah,
know.
caught with the love bombing and the gaslighting. Oh, you know what? I knew it was always you. Sit down somewhere, sir,
You
ma'am.
knew it was always me, but you had to sit up there and go check out those five other girls over there before you decided it was me,
Yeah,
right?
and now you back here,
Okay.
all ran through and used up. Nah, I'm good on you. Got high
I'm
blood
good.
pressure.
I
Nah,
got
get
you.
out of here.
Oh, you want me to take care of you?
Yeah, that's it. Right. Like, you got high blood
Say
pressure,
less.
diabetes. Get the hell out of here. No, I don't want it. I don't want it. It's crazy, but that's how that goes.
Yeah.
The way that they do it and the way that they move and the way that we move is completely different. Now there are, like I said, some women who move like that as well. But end up, but then they realize too that that grass wasn't green. I keep telling y'all about that Easter basket grass. It'll fool you. It'll fool you. You thinking that you got somebody, but no,
But the
no.
crazy thing is, a lot of men don't know this too, because a lot of women who've been run through like that by a man, and then they think it's okay to reciprocate,
Ooh,
you know, to another man because how they was done by a previous dude, which is wrong.
yeah,
It is not okay because then you still end up being, on the other end of that stick
very true.
because you think you're on top of the world, but what ends up happening?
Yeah, you're
You
right.
end up screwed up at the end, and then you sit up there, everybody sitting up there calling her the hoe, right? She a hoe, she a b, she a everything in the book. But yet when her dude did it to her, it was okay. Oh, he loves you.
It's a double standard. You know how that goes. But I feel like, we all should be held to that higher standard. Mainly because, just going around, and you could date whoever you want to date, but when you start to sleep with multiple people, and when I mean by sleep, don't be saying, I'm not saying just laying down in the bed. I'm talking about intercourse with multiple people. You create certain ties and bonds to all these individuals that you now have to deal with, all of the stuff that comes along with that. You have created those ties, and some people, you don't know what you're getting involved with, so you got to be very, very careful. I think it's important for us to make sure that when we are dating, that we're respecting ourselves, respecting our bodies, and and moving with intention to be somebody that handles themselves with care, so that when you handle yourself with care, that person will see, like, okay, well, he or she respects themselves.
Hmm.
Let me move a little bit different with that person.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
but so yeah, anything else with dating with the purpose, Cole?
Nah, that's it for me.
All right, well, we thank you so much for
Wait,
watching.
wait, wait. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
what you
I
got?
got one more hot topic.
Oh, are we gonna treat tonight? Ooh, ooh.
So I just want to let you guys know, those of you who are out there with student loans, after a year-long pause on payments, Department of Education announces student loans interest charges will return as of August 1st. Okay, so from my understanding, it's impacting roughly 8 million borrowers.
Mm-hmm.
So, you still have a chance to call Department of Education to get that squared away. If they have the payment plans and all other stuff. I advise you to do that because you don't want them to start garnishing, your wages and stuff like that.
That's a
Because
fact.
then Trump say that he taking everybody's check. Did he say that?
You're
So
not
I
playing.
advise you to go on that payment plan.
You're not playing. You're not playing. And we talked about that too. Early on in the year, we talked about the student loan payment reinstatements. And
Mhm.
we talked about going to studentaid.gov and putting in your income so you can get an income driven payment plan or whatever else they have out there. I don't know, whatever you qualify for, but just get something on the books so that, you know, it goes according to your income, and then they're only doing like a couple of maybe like 1%. The payment is about 1% or something like that. But again, it depends on your income. So it's important, like, go on there, get your payment plan, studentaid.gov, and so that they don't garnish your paycheck for $300 or $400,
or
depending
more.
on how much your student loans are, but you have to do your due diligence, because while they're starting up, you still have to do your due diligence by making sure that you get the payment plan that you need for you. Can't blame everybody, but we're going to see a lot of, after August 1st, weeks after, we're going to see people like, my paycheck was garnished. Well, did you go on to the website? Did you call the number?
No.
People,
Don't close your eyes and think that this is going to go away, because clearly it's not.
Listen, somebody said if you want to tell a certain group of people, if you want to keep them small, if you want to hide something from them, put it in a book, child, because they won't even look at that. But they want to come and complain about everything. So do what you have to do. Studentaid.gov. In order to make sure that you get your payments that you need, that's comfortable for you, but also the telephone number, which I do not have offhand, but that'll be good for you to do research. Studentaid.gov, or go online, Google, Chat GPT, everybody, Safari, everybody can assist you with getting that telephone number that you can call the people them and get your student loan payments done, re-amortize, whatever they're going to do. So,
but like Shaquan just said, just go to the website, because if you go to the website, you see exactly where you stand. It's not just them telling you over the phone. You actually see it in black and white, and you can figure it out there. You can even apply for the income driven plan online, and then get it started, so you won't be surprised come August 1st.
Yeah, listen, what's this? July 10th? Chop, get on it, because they're not playing around, and they will not give you your money back if your paycheck is garnished, because it's technically money that you still owe. Yeah. So, so they will not give it back. So just make sure you're getting up there, doing whatever you have to do. Protect your monies, protect your paycheck. Some people are living paycheck to paycheck, so they should be the first people going up there and trying to figure out how they can get their student loans reduced, if possible. So, all right, is that it? That's the only breaking news you have? That's it. Hey. Thank you so much for watching Real Conversation. Again, I am your host, Quana Terry.
And I am Nicole Jones.
And you can find us live on YouTube at real_convos_podcast on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Nicole, where else can they find us?
They can find us here on Facebook at Real Conversations, or Real Conversations 2021.
All right. Well, again, we thank you for hanging out with us, and God bless.